Are you loud?
Starting with the visiting Southwest Dragons.
You're watching MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to some matinee baseball, a seeding game between your Medina Valley Panthers and the visiting Southwest Dragons. We are here at Somerset, Texas, a beautiful field, all turf, and it's the go-to field in this area when you want to play a game and you got a chance of rain, which we had yesterday and early this morning. But Jeff, what a beautiful day for a 6 o'clock start.
Beautiful, beautiful. It's not too hot, not too cool. It's not going to be too hot or too cool this evening either. And looking for a great rivalry softball game because you know these two teams don't like each other. They split the season series, one apiece. And there's no love lost between these two teams. And the great thing about both of these teams, Maury, is they are really young. So we're going to be seeing a lot of good softball between these two teams as long as the district keeps us together, you know, for the next few years.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better evening. Beautiful hosts here as always, as we were treated always very well here when we come down to Somerset by the entire staff down here. And Jeff, we'll go over keys to the game right now, and I think it's what it always is for the Panthers. Get a lead from Miss Montez inside the circle, and hopefully when she gets ahead in the count, we don't see too much wide of the plate.
Yeah, and you know, and she did a lot better job in the last game. Now that's coming off of a, you know, one of a bad pitching performance the game before, which we're not going to discuss. But she did a really good job this past game. She got all the cricks worked out, and everything's going to hopefully work out for her. You know, Maury, one of the keys to the game that I'm going to talk about right now is when we last played on a Friday when they didn't have school, Medina Valley did not play well.
No.
And the change of you know,
your routine,
it really looked like it affected them, and it started in the circle, and an 8-run first inning kind of spelled defeat right away for the Panthers. So I'm saying the key to the game is get out to a quick start. Get that confidence. It's gonna start in the circle, and then it's gonna have to start, you know, and it's gonna have to continue at the bottom of the inning. Now you look at Southwest; they're just 2 weeks removed from getting a 16 spot put on them by McCullum. So they're very capable of not performing as well either. So if you get out and get on top of them, that gives you an early advantage.
We're going to take a break and listen to the national anthem, Panther softball. We'll continue in just a moment.
Save thousands at the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year, North Park Chevrolet in Castroville. Get a new Silverado posted at $37,999 or lease a Texas edition for $450 a month with zero down. All new Equinoxes are $4,000 off and new Malibus are $5,000 off. Plus, get 4.99% financing for 72 months. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Peerless Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
MVBN.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Coach Hernandez filled out her lineup card as follows. Leading off and playing second base, Angela Morales. Batting second and playing left field, Tommy Betancourt. Batting third and playing shortstop, Casey Coons. Batting fourth and catching, Paris Alaquinez. Batting fifth and playing first base, Marina Garza. Batting sixth and playing third base, Ebony Saldana. Batting seventh and playing right field, Isabella Gutierrez. Inside the circle in the 8th spot, Angelina Terrazas. And in center field, Madison Alaquinez. Panthers will take the field with Alyssa Montez inside the circle, Kaylee Upton, her battery mate, behind the plate, Kennedy at first, Dominguez at second, Chichester at third, Crisp at short, Castiglione in left, Gonzalez in center, and Camacho in left.
I want to say real quick, Maury, this once again we've seen a different lineup. The old traditional, we're never going to see the same lineup 2 games in a row. It holds true. As Montez is going to get another shot at second base, moving.
Dominguez.
So
first pitch to Morales is a strike called, 0-1. Chichester one step in front of the bag at third. Kennedy a little behind the bag at first. The 0-1 pitch is high and outside, 1-1. Not much wind blowing this evening as Old Glory is not moving much in center field. The 1-1 pitch is a ground ball in the hole. Dominguez keeps it in the infield, but it's an infield single to start the game for Morales.
Maury, she almost fielded that ball behind Kennedy. I think if Kennedy would have taken a crossover step and tried to backhand it, she probably could have gotten to that ball.
Probably would have been an easier play for McKenzie at first rather than Dominguez going all the way into the hole. Betancourt now batting for the Dragons with a runner at first. Squares around the bunt, lays down a bunt. Montez off the mound to Kennedy at first for the putout. Field a good sacrifice for Betancourt as Morales moves to second base with 1 out. 1-3 if you're scoring at home, 40 out.
All right, now we're going to get into the meat of their order, and this is where they got hurt in the first game with Coons and Alaquinez. And in the second game, we were able to keep those girls off a base in front of these.
Well, and if you can remember correctly, the one that did the most damage was the number 5 hitter, Garza.
Right. Well,
and that's a hit by pitch. And that's sponsored by Hazel Russell. As accidents happen, like hit by pitches, your State Farm agent is there. So runners now at first and second. So a rocky start as Coons reaches first on a hit by pitch. It's going to bring up the catcher, Paris Alaquinez. First pitch is high, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch is a shot in the gap. 1 run will score. Coons will be waved. No, she's going to hold up as the throw gets in. As good job by Gonzalez getting that ball in, hitting the cutoff crisp. Holding Coons at third. Alaquinez with a RBI double. As Morales comes around and scores the first run in the ball game. Now the first baseman Garza steps to the plate. We're going to have a courtesy runner for the catcher Alaquinez.
and I think we got a little info from the people up here from Somerset that The winner of this game more than likely will play Edison. The loser of this game will probably play Alamo Heights.
I thought it was just the opposite. I thought Alamo Heights was
Alamo
second.
Heights is second, so the third place team.
The
is
loser,
our
yes,
district.
okay.
So loser Alamo Heights, winner Edison.
So Coons at third, courtesy runner at second. I could not get the young lady's number. That ball is hit in the right field. One run will score. Camacho fielding it. The runner will hold it third. But wow, Southwest has come out swinging, Jeff.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. It starts in the circle, and at least she's throwing strikes. And, she's going to have to move the ball around a little bit more. Southwest is making contact and hitting the ball. So let's see if we can get out of this pickle with not many more runs scored.
Saldana steps to the plate with runners at the corners. And just as we mentioned, Alaquinez and Garza doing damage at the plate.
Right.
That ball is fouled back, 0-1. The right side of the field is going to have to deal with the sun for quite a while here.
Yeah, I was about to say, you can tell they're both looking into it. They both got their hands up.
But why not have a visor on, at least? To kind of help yourself out over there. 0-2 is the count. Runners at the corners, one out. Shot right back up the middle, Jeff. 0-2. That's too much of the plate on an 0-2 pitch.
And that is the problem that she has had the entire season. And, until she learns to keep that ball off the white part of the plate, teams are going to still have a chance. The batter's going to still have a chance.
So 3-0 now is your score. Runners at first and second. Got a visit to the mound from Coach Buenteo as Gutierrez waits to stand inside the box for the Panthers.
This is what the
4 hits and a hit by pitch.
Did not need.
Nope. 4 hits and a hit by pitch surrounded by a sacrifice. (3-0) in front of the Dragons here as they continue to bat here on the top of the first. Montez with the stare in the pitch. Ground ball to second. Dominguez flips the short for one, the second for one. The relay is not in time. Wow, that was close. Good job by AD at second.
That was close, but I thought that ball beat her there.
As Saldana is retired, 4-6 for the put out number 2. Fielder's choice for Gutierrez. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Then Terraza steps to the plate. Take that pitch low, 1 ball and no strikes. The one, that was a ground ball to Dominguez. Dominguez over the first, 40 outs. 4-3 for out number 3. But for the Dragons in that inning, 3 runs on 4 hits. 2 left on base. Through half an inning, Southwest 3, Medina Valley coming to the plate. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations. Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
Let's get social. Like Medina Valley Broadcast Network on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at MVBroadnet and visit the official website at mvbn.net. Get the latest and join the conversation about all things Medina Valley sports. Come on, let's talk.
Well, welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Panthers giving up a crooked number in the top of the first, 3-0. Panthers will send to the plate Castiglione, Reyna, and Dominguez, top three. Montez, Kennedy, and Chris, middle three. Camacho, Upton, and Gonzalez.
That's very important now, Maury, that the Panthers scratch something. We had the same, you see this same start, that we saw a couple of weeks ago, and it wasn't good but you got to be able to build some momentum. And right now, just a single run.
Yeah, just chop away.
Just a single run in this inning would be good for them.
Garza at first, Morales at second, Saldana at third, Coons at short, Betancourt in left, Alaquines in center, and Gutierrez in right. First pitch to Castiglione is foul back to the screen, 0-1. Terrazas inside the circle, Alaquines behind the plate. The 0-1, foul back. Castiglione waits the 0-2 pitch. And here it is. Low and outside, 1-2. Terrazas taking quite a bit of time in between pitches. The 1-2 pitch is low, 2-2.
How much rain do we get in the city of Castroville?
Close to an inch.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think we got that much out on Dunley Hill.
The 2-2, ground ball, short. They're not going to have it in time.
Swinging bunt.
As it took Terrazas quite a while to, I guess she kind of lost where that pitch was because she didn't come out of that circle for a while.
Yeah, it looked like it's one of those balls that's hit right at you, and you had to freeze for a moment to see where it was hit, how hard it was hit at you.
So a lead-off single for Castiglione. Alyssa Reyna, the extra hitter, now steps to the plate for the Panthers.
I would think we'd be bunting here early in the game.
Saldana in at third. A bunt attempt, pull back, it's off the plate, ball one. Third baseman and first baseman charging in hard as the second baseman was over covering first. Should the bunt be put down in play? The 1-0 pitch, outside, 2-0. Reyna flirting with that lead foot when she sets up a little right on the white of the batter's box. She closes it up when the pitch is delivered home. 3 balls and no strikes now is the count. Morgan Castiglione at first with a leadoff single. .30 pitch. Strike call, 3-1, taken all the way. .31 pitch, foul back to the screen, 3-2. Terrazas has battled back from a 3-0 count to fill the count, and the pitch is fouled back once again. Count holds it full. In the pitch, swing and a miss for a strikeout for out number 1. Kind of shocking here, Jeff, as we've been watching Panthers play pretty much all year, and most of the 99% of the time in that situation, they'll try to sacrifice and get that runner to second base. I know you're down by 3 runs, but just to chip back a little bit. AD now steps to the plate.
When you go 3-0, yeah, I just turned down the master mic a little bit.
Oh, I can't hear myself now.
When you
But that's okay.
When you go down 3-0, you would assume give a strike across and then put it back on, but it was not on.
1-0 pitch to AD is a strike called, 1-1. Runner at first with 1 out. Panthers trail 3-0 as they bat here in the bottom of the first. Dominguez takes the 1-1 pitch low, 2-1.
Oh,
Wow, that was way outside and high.
If they're going to get that call, but that's what our pitcher didn't do. You try to pick away and see how much of that outside corner you can get, and
That evens the count to Dominguez.
boy, that would change the game for sure.
Wow. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to second. Morales over to short, second for 1.
You've told the girls that they're going to have to swing at it.
So Montez steps to the plate now with a runner at first with 2 outs. Pitch is low. 1 ball. Terraz is twirling that ball. The 1-0 pitch is outside and high, 2-0. Snap throw down the first, not in time, as AD back in safely. The 2-0 to Montez, outside, 3-0. Any way you can get on, set the plate for Kennedy coming up. The area leading home run hitter. And close to the top in RBI as well. Alyssa waits the 3-0 pitch. Outside, ball 4. That was a lot better pitch than the strike he called
It sure looked like it,
on Dominguez.
but we'll take it.
So runners at first and second now. We're going to have a courtesy runner for Montez. Looks like it's going to be Haley Marshall, number 2. As Kennedy will step to the plate with runners at first and second with 2 outs. 4-pitch walk issued to Montez as AD moves to second. Marshall at first. Mackenzie Kennedy steps to the plate for the Panthers.
Well, this is where you want to be.
Strike called, 0-1.
You got your RBI
And home run leading
and home run leader,
hitter at the plate.
and you got ducks on the pond.
The 0-1. Ground ball, third baseman eats it up. Saldana will take it unassisted for the putout. So for the Panthers in that inning, no runs on 1 hit. 2 left on base. We head to the second. Panthers trail 3-0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Texas, 268,000 square miles and then some. Twice as much elbow room as California. There's just no place like Texas. You can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
Call State Farm agent Hazel Russell in Castroville at 830-931-3441.
MVBN.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the second inning. The Panthers trail 3-0. Dragons will send to the plate 9-1 and 2. Alaquinez, Morales, and Betancourt. Panthers threaten a little bit in that inning. We got a change in. Nope, we don't have a change inside the circle as they just gathered around. As Montez back out there. Madison Alaquinez, the center fielder, leads off. Takes that pitch for a strike. 0-1. Chester charging in hard at third. The 0-1 is high. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Gonzalez cheating over a little bit in center field towards left. The 1-2 pitch is outside. 2-2. Two pitch. Chopper to Crisp. And she cannot feel it. It goes through the shortstop for an error. So E6. And the Dragons have the first base runner on here in the second innings. We move back to the top with Angela Morales. Morales is 1 for 1 with a run scored. Montez delivers. Pulls back the button. It gets by Upton. And the runner moves 60 foot closer.
And we're making these little mistakes, Maury, that's what gets teams beat. I mean, you lead off batter, you allow on base with an error. Then first pitch, that's a fieldable ball. I mean, Upton should have made that catch, and now you've got a runner in scoring position, and they're swinging away.
Pop up to the center fielder. Gonzalez in and makes the play. F8 if you're scoring at home.
You got to do those little things that win games. You got to learn how to do the little things that win games, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Excuse me. Oh, that's a good first pitch.
That was a good first pitch, but it unfortunately was called a ball. Betancourt now steps to the plate. He's sacrificed in the first inning.
You got to tighten up here. You got to
check the swing, palms down, no swing, 2 balls and no strikes.
You got to try to get out of this inning.
Alaquinez is your runner at second. Reached on an error and then on a wild pitch, ground ball to Crisp at short, over to Kennedy at first for the putout. 6-3 for out number 2. But Alaquinez moves up 60 more feet now, is at third base with 2 outs. And Casey Coons steps to the plate. Coons was hit by a pitch and scored the second run of the ball game.
I didn't realize we were back to the top of the order.
Yeah, they only have 9. Strike called, 0-2.
All right, good job here, Maury. Now, what do we need to do? We need to attack and I'm not even calling it the black part of the plate. I'm going to call it the maroon. You got to attack that maroon area now, which she did. Little off-speed pitch.
So 1-2 now to Coons. as Alaquinez stands at third with 2 outs. Montez swinging a miss for a strikeout.
Good job. She got away with one there, Maury.
So for the Dragons, no runs, no hits, 1 left on base. We're through 1.5. Panthers trail 3-0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Save thousands at the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year, North Park Chevrolet in Castroville. Get a new Silverado posted at $37,999 or lease a Texas edition for $450 a month with 0 down. All new Equinoxes are $4,000 off and new Malibus are $5,000 off. Plus, get 4.99% financing for 72 months. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Broadcasting for Medina Valley, the state of Texas, America, and
space, a final frontier.
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Panthers will send to the plate 6, 7, and 8. Crisp, Camacho, and Upton. And Jeff, the walk in the top of the inning did not come around and blossom into anything as they were stranded at third base.
It was actually an error.
I mean, what did I say, hit?
You said walk.
A walk, well.
It's all right.
Free base.
Free base. Free base. There was a song, Free Base, isn't there?
I have no idea.
Back from the 70s?
If it was Tom Petty that probably sang it.
Good crowd here tonight.
Absolutely.
This afternoon.
Still filing in, as it was a kind of an early start, 6 o'clock start. Kelly Crisp now steps to the plate for the Panthers.
Got a baseball game going on the baseball field over there here at Somerset.
First pitch to Kinley is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Terraza stares in. The 1-0 pitch to Kinley is outside, 2-0.
Any major sporting events this weekend?
Just basketball.
I think there's isn't there a MMA fight? There's a big MMA fight this weekend.
Is there?
Yeah. I don't really follow it, but the kids were talking about it at school today.
Kinley steps out. Terraza's taking a little too much time. Now the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Ain't there usually an decent MMA fight every weekend? And the 2-1 pitch. Strike call, 2-2.
I was going to say that was one of those pitches. She's going to get that call.
And
right there.
Vince McMahon and WWE bought out.
Well, it's not Vince McMahon anymore.
Well, no, but it's Triple H. They pairing up now with
The Rock.
No, with the.
See, there's nothing you can do with that outside pitch when you're getting that call.
Chris grounds one to the second baseman for the put out, 4-3.
And I've seen this before with our teams. If we don't make that adjustment, it's going to be a long game for us.
Reyna steps into the box now for the Panthers. This is struck out. Or actually, this is.
Let's say this is Camacho.
Camacho, the right fielder. Excuse me. Said she went around 0-1. No, they're teaming up with Dana White and
MMA.
So Camacho in there now for the Panthers. 0-1.
When
takes a bunt, 1-1.
When does our boy Haas come back to town to wrestle?
I don't know. It's been a while. Not sure if he's the champ anymore or not.
Hadn't seen him in a while, and they've been at Shotton Bowl one time, I think.
That was in March. A pitch is a strike called. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Much to the dislike of the Panther crowd that's here, kind of groaned a little bit on that strike call.
Yeah, it's that outside pitch, and they got a better view of it because most of them are sitting over here on the left side.
So Camacho awaits the 1-2 pitch. Ball 2, 2-2. Madison asks for timeout, steps out of the box, gathers herself, now back in, waits the 2-2 pitch. That's high, full count. Upton waits on deck for the Panthers as they trail 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. Payoff pitch, foul back into the screen. Good job by Camacho. That might have been a little off the plate, but you got to swing at that one. Cannot put your fate into the hands of the blue behind the plate.
It was a mistake right there. Well, with the full count though, she may be trying to get more of the white.
Payoff pitch once again. That's high, graded back by Camacho.
Good job.
1 out walk. Second walk of the ball game issued for Terrazas. That'll bring up the catcher Kaylee Upton.
I bet you we bunt right here again. Let's see what they got on. Nope.
Swing and a miss. No. Oh, Coons got the second late. That was a good throw by Alaquinez.
Yeah, it was right on the money.
Right on the money, and Coons is even motioning to her catcher. That's my bad. I should have been at second base.
Yeah, I don't think they were expecting the steal. I think they were like me, expecting the bunt.
Strike was called on Upton, but a stolen base for Madison Camacho has her at second. The 0-1 pitch is outside, 1-1. And Jeff, that would have been a close play at second base.
Yeah, it would have.
If Coons would have been there.
You know, that's one thing I've noticed about our team this year. We may have racked up a few stolen bases, but we're not a good stealing team. We don't get good breaks.
The 1-1, and that's lifted in the infield. Coons going back in the shallow left and makes the play. So F6 if you're scoring at home for the put out for out number 2. Camacho holds at second. As Betancourt would have been there too in left field. But Coons a couple of steps in on the turf grass, the green part. As Gonzalez, the center fielder, steps to the plate. Lefty takes that pitch for a strike, 0-1. The pitch is a strike called 0-2. Terrazas 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Got Gonzalez to chase one high and out of the strike zone for the final out of inning number 2. We head to the third. Panthers trail 3-0. Panthers softball will continue in just a moment.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
MVBN.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the third. Panthers trailing 3-0. Jeff has a reader for you.
Third inning sponsor, Sunrise Restaurant, 510 West Main in Uvalde, Texas. Stop by on your way through Uvalde for some good home-cooked meals. We do special events and catering also. Daily lunch specials and a great family atmosphere. Supporting Coach Winteo and the Panthers this softball season. So I may head over to Uvalde just to try it out, Maury. Sunrise Restaurant.
So Montez will step back in the circle for the Panthers. 4, 5, and 6 for the Dragons. Alaquinez, Garza, and Saldana. Alaquinez doubled, drove in a run, and scored a run. Takes that pitch for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is high, 1-1. And the 1-1. Strike called.
That's where you need to live if he's going to give you that
wow.
call.
And I said it before, wow, when he called that against the Panthers. That, whew. But 1-2 now. She comes back in. And Alaquinez fouls that one back into the screen. The count stays at 1-2 strikes. If you've just joined us, we're in the top of the third inning. Southwest put up a 3-spot in the top of the first. That ball bounces in there. Evens the count at 2-2. And the pitch. Foul back out of play.
It's a good job by attacking that outside part of the plate right there by Montez.
Yep, I'd go right back to that same spot. 0-2. And the pitch. Ball is lifted and it's going to go into the bleachers. Count stays at 0-2 once again. Alaquinez waits the 0-2 pitch, lifts it in left field. Castiglione going back, and that ball is out of here. A dinger for Alaquinez, and Jeff, that increases the lead to 4-0. She took that 2-2 pitch, and she fouled off 2 good pitches to keep that bat alive.
Yeah, that's
and it paid off right there.
That's what you do as a good hitter. I mean, you wait for the pitcher to make a mistake, and that's what happened. She fouled off a couple of good pitches. Then Montez made a mistake, on the inside half of the plate, and she was able to get her hands in and get the fat part of the barrel to it and guided it right over the left field fence.
So Alaquinez with a double and a home run. 2 RBI and 2 runs scored.
And she is the one that hurt us in the first game, but did not in the second game. And right away, early in this one, looks like
we're going to have a pitching change. It looks like number 23 is going to come into the game for the Panthers. That's Annalisa Salazar. So we're going to take a break and listen to our sponsors when Panther Softball will continue here in just a moment.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California.
Welcome back to Panther softball as Salazar finishes up her warm-ups and steps back into the circle. 4-0 is your score in favor of Southwest. Garza steps to the plate. Marina is 1 for 1. Singled and drove in the second run of the ball game. So 1 for 1 with an RBI. First pitch is a ball. Now a swing and strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Salazar, a lefty, inside the circle for the Panthers. And the 1-1 pitch is swing and a miss, 1-2. Foul back in the screen. Count stays at 1-2. And Jeff, that home run that Arquina has hit, I don't know how high this fence is, but it didn't get but about 1.5 feet higher than that fence when it left the bat, and it never changed trajectory. It was just a line shot over the left field wall.
She got all of it.
Swing and a miss. Out number 1 as Garza goes down swinging. That'll bring up Ebony Saldana. Saldana singled and drove in the third run of the ball game for the Dragons. She is 1 for 1 with an RBI. First pitch is high, 1 ball and no strikes. Salazar ready to dish the 1-0 pitch. It's a strike called, 1-1. Then the 1-1, swing and a miss, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2, swing and a miss.
Good job.
2 strikeouts in a row for Salazar. That'll send to the plate Isabella Gutierrez. Isabella reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning, but was stranded at second base. So she is 0 for 1 officially. Coach Hernandez giving her some advice from the third base coaching box. Salazar stares in, gets the sign from Upton. First pitch is a strike called, 0-1.
Hey, no, Salazar, her deal has been, when she did pitch, was that she would get wild. It's like if she comes in and throws strikes more, it's a great opportunity to come from the other direction.
Absolutely. 0-2 now as Gutierrez is down in the count.
Right now she seems focused and she's zeroed in and throwing strikes.
Well, when I got here a little early and I went down to get me something to drink, she was warming up. She was in the bullpen for about 30 minutes before the game working on her pitching. The 0-2 pitch is outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, the Southwest girls are a bunch of the girls that she grew up with. She played a lot of softball over at Southwest.
Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs.
Maybe that's what her focus is. She's out there with a bunch of her old friends.
2-2 pitch to Gutierrez. Whoa, just off the plate. That pitch right there has been called a strike a couple of times this evening so far, but not now. Payoff pitch. That time it's a ball.
Wow.
Much to the chagrin of the Panther fans.
Gonna say it had to be low.
That's only the first walk issued to a Dragon batter this evening. As Angelina Terraza steps to the plate. Terraza's grounded out to Dominguez to end inning number 1. So she is 0 for 1. Down in the count now, 1 strike. And that pitch, yeah, but she was going through the motion swinging there. That hit her when she's swinging, that's a strike.
Yeah, but she didn't come through the strike zone.
Well, I just said if she was.
If she was, yeah. If she would have.
Hey, we've seen stranger things this year already.
We have, yes.
Just last game.
Yeah, if the
3 inning double plays that you would not believe how they ended it.
And if the ball hits the plate, it's a fair ball.
Oh yes, I remember that one very vividly. That they moved home plate in the foul ball territory.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a classic.
Coach, it hit home plate. It's a foul ball.
And we didn't even argue. Oh. Okay. So you have a courtesy runner at first for the pitcher who was hit by a pitch. And that's hit by pitch. It's sponsored by your State Farm agent. As accidents happen, State Farm will be there. So Madison Alaquinez steps to the plate for the Dragons.
And when you give free base runners like this, Maury, not only are you getting runners on base, but you're also getting the batting order around to your hot hitters. Your, Paris Alaquinez, your Kuntz, your Garza. I mean, those 3 girls are your hot hitters, and the more that you give them these free bases, the more times that they're going to get to bat.
And that pitch bounced in there and almost hit Madison Alaquinez as Madison reached on an error but was stranded at second base in the second inning. But runners move up 60 feet. Runner at third and at second with 2 outs.
Well, I was
1-1 is to count.
I was just praising Salazar with her control.
Ball is slapped down the third base line. Chichester gives a run at it, but it falls harmlessly in foul ball territory.
What I was going to say is I'm just giving her praises with her control, and she walks one and hits one, and then that second pitch is way out of there. Find it again. She's doing great. Get the ball over the plate, and let's get out of here, and let's go score some runs in the bottom of the third. The third inning, sponsored by Sunrise Restaurant.
So Alaquinez waits the 1-2 pitch from Salazar.
There you go. Give your team a play.
Slap swing, and that just hits right off the top of the dugout. Count stays at 1-2. Top of the order, Morales waits on deck here with 2 outs. Should Alaquinez extend this inning? 1 run across. It was a leadoff home run by Paris Alaquinez. This is Madison as she takes that pitch for a strike. Backwards K for a strikeout, looking for out number 3. But for the Dragons in that inning, 1 run on 1 hit. 2 left on base. Work through 2.5. Panthers trail 4-0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Nobody can design, create, or maintain your lawn better than 3D Landscaping and Irrigation. With over 17 years of experience, owner Ray Doyen and his crew take pride in their craftsmanship and service. They're fully insured, offer free estimates and multiple references, so you know you're getting the best. 3D does landscaping, lawn maintenance, irrigation, tree installation, lighting, and more. Whether it's residential or commercial, 3D Landscaping and Irrigation has you covered. Give 3D a call at 830-985-9115 or find us online at threedlandscaping.com.
The Medina Valley Sports Boosters are proud to support the Medina Valley Panthers. The Boosters are always looking for volunteers and new members. The MVP Boosters raise funds to support the MVISD sports and scholarship programs. Get your Panther swag at the football store located next to the concession stand. We have several items on sale. Join, volunteer, or purchase your Panther swag today at mvpboosters.com.
MVBN.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the bottom of the third. Panthers will send to the plate 1, 2, 3. Castiglione, Reyna, and Dominguez. Castiglione led the ball game with the 2 outs.
Yeah. But nonetheless, we got.
But she was stranded right before she got to third base, instead of on third base. Because she was eliminated 5 unassisted.
Okay. You got it.
She was on her way.
I'm not going to argue with you. Bottom line is we didn't score.
Absolutely. Morgan takes that first pitch down low, 1 ball and no strikes.
So we're assuming that the playoff series or games will be played at the back end of next week. So be paying attention.
Pitch is called a strike, 1-1.
We'll be sharing it on MVBN if we're going to do a video broadcast or just a radio broadcast.
There is
no guarantee.
Boys game broadcast tonight, is there?
No, we're not broadcasting the boys.
Pitch is lifted to the shortstop, Coons. Holds the position and makes the catch. F6 if you're screwing at home for out number 1. Elisa Reyna steps to the plate. Well, no, actually we're going to have a pinch hitter.
No, this is
Reyna? That is Reyna. Well, why do we need to explain anything?
No idea. Did she re-enter the pitcher or the catcher or whoever?
I have no idea.
I don't know. You know how these two go back and forth with their substitutions.
But Reyna steps to the plate. Elisa struck out in the first inning. She's 0 for 1. That pitch is a strike called. 0-1. Not sure. I'm serious. I don't know what they were.
Well, I tell you what may have happened. She may have gone to re-enter her own pitcher. She may have not re-entered her with the courtesy runner. I don't know.
Oh.
Could have been something like that from the inning before.
So ball 1 now. Evens the count at 1-1.
And she may have said, I better go do it officially.
1-1 pitch is outside and low. 2-1. Three runs in the first, 1 in the third. 4 runs across for Southwest. 0 for the Panthers as they bat here in the bottom of the third. It's a 3-1 count now to Reyna as AD waits on deck. Still a lot of softball to be played here. Panthers can get right back in it. 3-1. That's a shot into left center. Falls down for a hit. Goes to the fence.
Oh.
Reyna stutter step, but then finishes to second base. A stand-up double.
Not sure what that stutter was about. It looked like Coach was sending her.
So a 2-out, or 1-out single, or 1-out double. Yeah, she kind of stutter stepped there a little bit.
Yeah, she came to a stop.
Came to a stop, but then finished and ended up at second base. So Aubrey Dominguez now steps to the plate. Aubrey reached on a fielder's choice.
Now, Maury, this is pretty big right here. You got the heart of your lineup up, your 3, 4, 5. You've got to try to get a run. You got to scratch something here.
Aubrey takes that first pitch for a strike, 0-1.
I mean, we're over halfway done with this game.
Not yet.
Oh, we're in the third. Sorry. Why do I have the fourth inning?
The 0-1. That ball bounces in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Great job there behind the plate. By Alaquines. That holds the runner at second. AD waits the 1-1 pitch. That's off the plate. 1 ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. And the 2-1. Ball 3 low, 3-1.
And he'll give you that outside pitch if you hit it belt high. But if it's low, he ain't giving it to him.
So AD steps back in. Reyna at second with 1 out. Shot at the second baseman right at Morales. Doesn't have to move as it's a line drive out. F4 if you're scoring at home for the second out of the inning. Montez now will step to the plate for the Panthers. Alyssa, no official at bats as she walked in inning number 1. So Alyssa takes that first pitch outside, ball 1, 1-0. Reyna remains at second base, a 1-out double. The 1-0 to Montez, off the plate, 2-0. Terrazas checks the pitch and chart. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Alyssa had one thing in mind right there, and that was to put that ball over the left field wall, as Betancourt is almost playing on the warning track in left. Swing and a miss. Evens the count now at 2-2. Terraza stares into the dugout, gets the pitch, checks the wristband, and the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Montez was ahead in the count, 2-0, but 3 straight strikes, and that'll do it for the Panthers in inning number 3. No runs on 1 hit. 1 left on base. We head to the 4th. Panthers trail 4-0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Save thousands at the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year, North Park Chevrolet in Castroville. Get a new Silverado posted at $37,999 or lease a Texas edition for $450 a month with 0 down. All new Equinoxes are $4,000 off and new Malibus are $5,000 off. Plus, get 4.99% financing for 72 months. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Who has the best sports coverage for Medina Valley? We do.
Any of this getting through to you, son?
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet, part of the K-League Auto Group. And the Panthers need to have a shutdown inning here, Jeff. A quick inning for Salazar would be just what the Panthers need, but she'll have to do it facing 1, 2, and 3 in the order. Morales, Betancourt, and Coons. Morales is 1 for 2, single, and came around and scored in inning number 1 in the 3-run first inning. So she is 1 for 2 with a run scored. Morales waits on the pitch, and it is a strike called 0-1. The 1-0-1 delivery is just off the plate and low, 1-1. Shadows are getting longer there out in the field as the sun is slowly setting. That pitch is on the corner for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right side of the infield and the outfield are still having to look into a pretty good sun. The 1-2 pitch. Upton tries to frame it, but it's just off the plate a little too much. Evens the count at 2-2. Pitch is hit into right field. Camacho right under it and makes the play for the out. F9, we're scoring at home for out number 1. You could tell Camacho struggled a little bit finding that ball right off the bat, but gathered himself and made the catch. Tommy Betancourt now steps to the plate. Betancourt is 0 for 1, sacrificed in the first inning and then ground out to the shortstop in inning number 2. So she is 0 for 1. Takes that pitch just in tight on the knees, 1 ball and no strikes. And the 1-0, and that is a strike called. Evens the count at 1-1.
Great pitch there by Salazar.
Absolutely. And the 1-1.
Another good pitch.
Another good location for Salazar. 1 ball and 2 strikes now.
Nice.
Yes,
3 in a row.
Backwards carry, strikeout looking for out number 2. Five strikeouts now for Panther pitching as Casey Coons steps to the plate. Coons was hit by a pitch and scored the second run of the ball game and then struck out to end inning number 2. So she is 0 for 1 with a run scored. Takes that pitch for a strike.
It's like Salazar has found that outside corner.
And live out there.
Muscle memory.
Absolutely. The 0-1. Shot right over the first baseman and falls for a base hit. And Jeff, that was good location on that pitch for Salazar. Coons just did a good job of hitting, taking that opposite field for a 2-out single.
Yeah, it was a little high. You know, it got up in the zone. It was out over the plate. But it's just a good job of hitting by Coons. Not trying to do too much with it.
So Alakina steps to the plate. She has a double, a home run, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBI. Not a bad day at the plate through 3 1/3.
She should have 3 RBI. 2-run double and
2-run double, yep.
Yeah.
Takes that 0-1 pitch for a strike, 0-2.
Alaquinez is a freshman.
Ball is fouled back. Count stays at 0-2.
A lot of freshmen on both these teams playing.
Is the sister Alaquinez older or younger? Well, she can't be younger.
I think she's older.
She has to be older,
Yeah.
the center fielder.
Mm-hmm.
Madison. This is Paris Alaquinez at the plate. Awaits the 0-2 pitch from Salazar. The pitch bounces in there, gets by Upton. That's a wild pitch. As Casey Coons will move 60 feet closer to second base. The 1-2 pitch. That's high, 2-2. And the 2-2 bounces in there, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second. Panthers in a 4-0 hole here in the top of the 4th. And the payoff pitch. Ball is lifted behind first. Kennedy makes the play right behind the bag in foul ball territory. F3, we're scoring at home for out number 3. For the Dragons, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Panthers need to get a rally. They trail 4-0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Who has the best sports coverage for Medina Valley? We do.
Any of this getting through to you, son?
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to Panthers softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Panthers will send to the plate 5, 6, 7, Kennedy, Crisp, and Camacho. Mackenzie Kennedy is 0 for 1. Fielder's choice ended inning number 1. Panthers had 2 runners on, but could not answer the 3 runs scored in the top of the inning, and have failed to score a run. 3-0-1-0 for Southwest, 0-0-0-0-0 for Medina Valley.
Maury, hitting is contagious. So
And the lack of?
And the lack of is contagious. So if the Panthers can get a few hits pieced together, maybe they could turn it over.
And they have the players to do it. We've seen it before. Just need to get that one key shot here. See if Kennedy can get us started here in the 4th. First pitch is a strike called, 0-1. Could not ask for a better early evening conditions. Beautiful day today. That pitch is low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
How was it at work today?
Peaceful.
Watch out, somebody from Cabo may be listening. No, if they're tuned in listening to us,
they're not having much fun. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. Ball is lifted high. The second baseman, Morales, goes back, couple of steps, and bobbles it, and it falls out of her glove.
Well, that's one of those, Maury. She was right into the sun. There is still sun out there, and you could tell that she was kind of battling the sun there. Maybe that'll be what the Panthers need to get some
E4 as Kennedy reaches base. Kenley Crisp now steps to the plate. She is 0 for 1, grounded out to the second baseman. Yeah, but Jeff, I don't think she lost the sight on that ball. It just hit her in the heel of the glove and not in the webbing.
Well, I think she was trying to fight off the sun.
First pitch to Kenley is low, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes.
At least that's what she's going to tell the coach. That's what I would tell the coach.
The 1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0.
Having a base runner on may affect the pitcher as well. Although softball, they don't really change their motion much, as they do in baseball, from the windup to the stretch.
The 2-0 pitch to Kenley. Ball is hit into center field. Center fielder Alakina is in a couple steps and makes the play. Wild throw gets over Coons at second, but a good job of backing up the play was Saldana at third.
Now, that was a 2-0 pitch there, Maury, and Kenley had to lean out over the plate to get to it. Probably not a good one to swing at with a 2-0 count. And you're down now. What do you got now? 2 outs?
One out.
That's just the first out.
So Camacho now steps to the plate. Madison, no official at bats as she walked in inning number 2. Madison takes that pitch for a strike, 0-1.
Really delayed call there.
Kennedy is your runner at first. Reach on an error. Camacho at the plate, down the count, 0-1. Bunts that ball, and it's going to be foul. So Camacho in a hole now, 0-2. Terrazas checks the pitching man, and it's on its way. Swing and a miss for out number 2. That'll send to the plate the catcher, Kaylee Upton. Upton popped up to the shortstop in the second inning, so she is 0 for 1. First pitch to Kaylee is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch, foul back into the screen, 1-1. One and 1, 2 outs. Kennedy is the runner at first. Panthers trail 4-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. That pitch is just off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the 2-1. Ball 3, 3-1. Elena Gonzalez waits on deck here. Counts 3 balls and 1 strike to Upton. And the delivery. Strike called. Southwest fans cheering, Medina Valley fans jeering. Half the crowd liked that call and half the crowd disagreed with it. But nevertheless, it's a payoff pitch coming out from Terrazas. Ball is lifted, foul out of play. Count stays full.
Terrazas does a great job of changing speed on her pitches there. Like on that one, it looked like it was a fastball, but it was more of a changeup. And Kaylee was way out in front of it.
But got enough of it to
foul it off.
Keep this at bat going. Once again, it's ball 4. So a 2-out walk. And Elena Gonzalez now will step to the plate.
Maury, it's not like the Panthers haven't had opportunities tonight. What'd they leave? 2 on in the first, 2 on in the third?
2 on in the third, 1 in the second. Have 2 runners on now once again.
So 5 left on base.
And are we going to have a courtesy runner for the catcher, Upton? It looks like we are. And I'm not able to see the number of the young lady yet.
Looks like one of the girls that got moved up from the JV. Number 00.
Don't have a 00.
Viviana Diaz.
There we go. Diaz is the runner at first. Courtesy runner for Upton. Gonzalez 0 for 1 as she struck out to end inning number 2. Count is way high and outside, 1-0. Gonzalez waits the 1-0 pitch. Takes that pitch high, 2-0. Southwest assistant coach steps out of the dugout and encourages Alaquines to go out there and talk to her battery mate Terrazas inside the circle. And the Hope Plain umpire is going to break it up.
Well, you can
Here
almost,
in a minute.
as the umpire, you could almost mark that down as a visit from the coach, because the coach came out of the dugout and told the catcher to call time and go talk. So fortunate there for Southwest.
2 balls and no strikes now to Gonzalez.
That's where you'd be sitting dead red.
As runners at first and second with 2 outs. Coons at short, cheating over towards third. Pitches a swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike. And a 2-1 way outside, but
that was ball
Gonzalez chases it. That was ball 3, actually.
Ball 3, yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Deuces Wild. Take that in Vegas for Deuces. The 2-2 pitch. Swinging, it's flared down the third base line and will go out of play. Count will stay at 2-2.
Well, Maury, we said the Panthers needed to come out and have a good start. Didn't happen. We said they needed to keep their big bats, the runners off base in front of their big bats. That hasn't happened. So, 2 of the things that we talked about before the game are not happening, but the Panthers are still in this game.
Yep.
4 runs down isn't an unsurmountable. That's easy for me to say.
Insurmountable.
There you go.
2 balls and 2 strikes as Gonzalez fouls off another one.
They can catch him.
And another 2-2 pitch. Another fouled off. See which one blinks here, Terrazas or Gonzalez. As it's the 4th 2-2 pitch now coming up. And it's on its way. Just off the plate.
Runners will be in motion. Full count, 2 outs. The gaps are wide open, Maury.
Yes, they are. Payoff pitch. Ball 4. And when he kind of jerked like that, I thought he was going to call that a strike. So now the Panthers send to the top of the order Castiglione. Castiglione singled and popped up to the shortstop, so she is 1 for 2. But this is your chance here, Jeff, to crawl right back into this ball game.
Yeah, you're not asking for much. Just a little poke right over the shortstop's head. Make her run into that umpire.
First pitch to Morgan is a strike called.
Oh.
Wow.
That one looked a little further out.
That looked further out than the one that Elena walked on. But nevertheless, it's a strike called 0-1.
You just don't want to be called out on that pitch.
And it's on its way, and that's fouled back into the screen. Castiglione now down in the count 0-2. And I believe Gonzalez was down in the count 0-2 and battled back to get a walk. So let's see if Morgan can pull a rabbit out of the hat here and
Conejo
get some runs across for the Panthers. The 0-2 pitch just off the plate. And you got to be careful because you just don't know. You just don't know what the call is going to be. And we're not exactly behind home plate. We're kind of off to the right a little bit towards first base. So the count's 1-2 now to Castiglione. The ball is low, 2-2. Bases full of Panthers. Panthers trail 4-0 here, but are threatening here in the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs. Your leadoff batter at the plate in Castiglione. The 2-2 pitch, foul back into the screen. Another 2-2 battle going on here. Morgan steps back in. Terrazas checks the pitching band. And the 2-2 pitch. Off the plate, the count is full. Runners will be in motion once again. Salazar stands on deck for the Panthers.
Salazar?
23.
Sure is.
Payoff pitch.
Oh, that one almost hit her.
And that was a defensive swing by Castiglione. As that pitch was thrown right at her and she fouled it off.
I don't know how she got that.
I do not know how she got that, but wow. That was just a great swing. So we'll replay full count, and here it is. And that's ball 4. That's an RBI for Castiglione. Panthers have their first run scored.
Okay, but
as Kennedy will come around and score.
Now we've got Salazar.
I don't understand
Wait
how.
a minute. Didn't Reyna just get a hit?
Reyna just batted in that
She
spot.
just got a double.
Yeah. I'm confused.
She just got a double, but we're letting Salazar bat for the first time since the first district game.
If you let Reyna bat, then Salazar's finished inside the circle because she's the pitcher of record.
Yeah, but she's the EH.
Jeff, I told you I don't understand all the rules.
So think about it in baseball. This is your designated hitter.
Okay, I understand that.
Okay, so she's hit twice. Doesn't matter. She is still the designated hitter. I don't.
So nevertheless, Panthers have scored a run here.
And bless you, Salazar, for being put in this position, but I sure hope she gets a hit here. Or a walk. Extend the inning so you can get to your big boppers.
So Salazar steps to the plate. Panthers base is still full of Panthers. 4-1 is your new score. First pitch of Salazar's foul back into the screen, 0-1.
And that's nothing against Salazar. So she did swing the bat in a JV game last week. I don't remember how, if she got any hits or anything. But this is her stage, like we talked about earlier. This is her friends that she grew up with.
The 0-1. Ball 1-1.
You were
well, I had to wait. I this delayed call just drives me crazy.
It looked like a strike.
Because he hadn't been too consistent. Both ways. The 1-1. And that's ball 2.
They must be low.
2 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs. Panthers with the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 4th have pushed 1 run across here, and it's now 4-1 in favor of the Dragons. And the 2-1 pitch. That ball is lifted and almost a great play by Saldana, but it just goes off the screen to netting before she can reach up and get it. So another 2-2 battle going to go on now as it's 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Saldana just could not get to that ball in time. And the 2-2 is outside.
Yeah, that one missed a little bit further out there.
Panthers will be in motion once again. Terrazas is making it hard on herself as this is the 4th batter in a row that have gotten to this full count.
Come on.
And the previous 3 have walked.
Come on, Salazar. You can do this.
So here's the payoff pitch. That ball is fouled. Salazar stays alive.
She's working up there.
Absolutely.
She can cut this lead in half right here.
Terrazas checks the pitching chart and delivers the full count pitch. Ball is lifted in the infield. Coons calls it at shortstop and makes the catch. F6 if you're scoring at home for out number 3 for the Panthers in that inning. They load the bases, but only score one run out of it. Never got a hit, but leave the bases loaded after 4 complete. Panthers trail 4-1. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
The Medina Valley Broadcast Network. We lead, they follow. This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to Panthers softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. So Panthers scratched one run across, but could have had a big inning, as the Panthers have stranded runners on base now, Jeff, in every inning. That is 9 runners stranded on base for the Panthers through 4 innings. And that's the difference in the ball games. It's 4-1 going into the 5th. The Dragons will send to the plate Garza, Saldana, and Gutierrez, 5, 6, and 7. Garza singled in the first and drove in the 3rd run of the ball game, followed by a strikeout. So she is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Salazar back in the circle for the Panthers. The 1-0 pitch. It's a shot down third. Foul. Count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. And Jeff, if I'm not mistaken, you have some 5th inning readers today to do, don't you?
Well, we have
swing and a miss, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now we got the 5th inning stretch.
Yes, sir.
So Garza down in the count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Salazar delivers, and that ball is lifted to the second baseman Dominguez, and she makes the play. Routine fly out, pop up to Dominguez at second base for out number 1. Ebony Saldana steps to the plate now. Ebony singled and drove in the 4th run of the ball game and then struck out. So she is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Swing and a miss, 0-1. And the 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2.
You know what I think what must have happened there with Salazar, still thinking about why she came up to hit. I think that when she came into the game, she put her in that position.
Ball is outside, 1-2.
And maybe made Montez is Montez the DP? No? Chichester, I don't know. I'm still perplexed.
The 1-2 pitch is foul back. Count stays at 1-2.
She's doing a great job pitching.
So Saldana steps back in and waits on the 1-2 pitch. Salazar with the stare in and the delivery. That ball is foul back. I can't remember another ball game where I've seen this many foul balls.
Yeah.
There has been a bunch this evening. A lot of 2-strike fouls.
Sign of a good hitter.
Yeah.
When you can foul off the pitcher.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout. 2 up, 2 down. That's a 6th strikeout of Southwest batters. Gutierrez now steps to the plate. Gutierrez is 0 for 1. Fielder's choice and walked.
You know, what I was saying is when you can foul off pitchers' pitches, you know, the good pitches from a pitcher, you're doing all right.
Chopper in front of the mound. Salazar feels it. And to throw to first in time. So that's what the Panthers needed, a quick inning. 1-3 if you're scoring at home for the out. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
MVBN.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. And I believe Jeff has a 5th inning stretch reader for us here, Jeff.
Yes, I do. Let me get to it. The 5th inning stretch is sponsored by Sophia's Pizzeria. If we get done early enough, Maury, we may take 1604 back over to Petrenko and go down Petrenko and get something from there tonight. Pizza, calzone, subs, wings, and mini pasta specialties. Come by and feed your family for a reasonable price. Order online or call us at 210-354-7618 or visit us in person. Go like us on Facebook at Sophia's Pizzeria TX. That's Sophia's Pizzeria TX. And be entered in for a chance to win a $25 gift certificate. Located on Petrenko Road in 211.
I don't think we're going to make it, though, because they close at 8 o'clock, I think you said.
Friday, I thought it was 9.
Is it 9?
Maybe 9. Well, I don't know if we'll make that either. It's already 7:30.
Panthers will center the plate 3-4-5. Dominguez, Montez, and Kennedy. Jeff, this is your meat of the order. You have to do some damage right here. You're running out of at-bats. It's the bottom of the 5th. AD steps to the plate. Aubrey is 0 for 2. Fielder's choice and popped up or lined out to the second baseman. Down in the count, 0-1. Pitch is high. Count moves to 1-1. One pitch is a ground ball to Coons at short. Long throw from the hole in time for the out. 6-3 if we're scoring at home for out number 1. We're going to have a courtesy pinch hitter coming up now. It looks like Avery Nash will step to the plate for the Panthers. No, this is Aniston. No, this is Avery Nash.
Yep.
Got the 3 and the 2 mixed up. Isn't Annie 3-1 and
Yep.
31?
Yeah, Annie's 31. She won't probably get an at-bat.
So 21 now steps to the plate for the Panthers. Avery is one of those in the lineup, Jeff, that can get you a run with one swing of the bat.
Yeah, and and now she's also your next pitcher, probably, I would assume. But with the double switch rule, that she could be, placed right into the game. So
the first at bat of the evening for Avery takes that first pitch high, 1 ball and no strikes. One-0 pitch, and that ball is lifted high down the left field line. Giving chase is Betancourt, but she'll run out of room. So the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 is outside and low, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. 4-1 is your score in favor of the Dragons in the bottom of the 5th. That ball is lifted foul out of play. Panthers have never led in this ball game. Fell behind 3-1, 4-1, or 3-0, 4-1. Count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nash. Pitch bounces in there, rolls in there actually. That's a full count now. As Terrazas had to throw a lot of pitches in that inning before and didn't sit on the bench too long. In between, as the Dragons were retired quickly, 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 5th. The payoff pitch right back at Terrazas for a base hit right up the middle for Nash. So a 1-out single, and that'll bring to the plate Mackenzie Kennedy. McKenzie is 0 for 2, fielder's choice, and reached on an error. Came around and scored the run with Castiglione drawing a bases loaded walk. So she is 0 for 2 with a run scored. First pitch is off the plate, 1-0. What? Oh.
Gonna have a runner?
Courtesy runner for Avery?
Well, it'll be a pinch runner.
A pinch runner, I mean?
Yeah, and that will...
that don't burn Avery, does it?
I don't know. Somebody that knows softball substitution rules better than me. I don't think that burns her.
This is 87.
Who? Another one of the JV girls that's been moved up.
Gonzalez, the pinch runner at first.
Alicia Gonzalez.
Alicia Gonzalez. Is that Elena's sister, isn't it?
I think so.
I remember when they took pictures the other night. They were together.
That was a changeup right there.
So
Changed
one
speeds a little bit on her, got her out in front of it.
1 ball and 1 strike.
You know, they get paid the big bucks too over there in the dugout. They know what this young lady has done.
1-1 pitch. That's foul back, 1-2.
It's all about calling pitches and executing pitches. And if you're the batter, it's about seeing the pitch and hitting the pitch.
So Kennedy awaits the 1-2 pitch. And Terrazas delivers. It's a shot right back up the middle for a base hit. Need to be running.
Wow. She's safe.
I mean, she was looking at third base coach already before she got to second base. You've got to run and get to second. Wow, that was closer than they should have been.
Yep.
But nevertheless, a single by Kennedy. And the Panthers have 2 runners on. Kaylee Crisp now steps to the plate. Kaylee a ground out and a fly out, so she is 0 for 2. Gonzalez the runner at second, Kennedy at first. 1 out, bottom of the 4th, Panthers trail by 3. Ooh, a little squibber down the first baseline foul.
That's another one she was out in front of. A little change of speed there.
Looks like we got a pinch hitter on deck. Looks like Claire Bain is waiting on deck for the Panthers. That's Crisp down in the count now, 0-1. Takes that pitch high and outside, evens it up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 runners on. Panthers in a 4-1 deficit here in the bottom of the 5th. Crisp waits the 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1. Terrazas with the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Ground ball to first. First baseman takes it by herself. 3 unassisted for out number 2. Runners move up to second and third with 2 outs. Claire Bain will be your pinch hitter for the Panthers. Claire will come in and bat for Madison Camacho. Camacho walked and struck out. She was 0 for 1 for the evening. Claire has got some big hits for the Panthers this year. See if she can come through with another one right here with 2 outs. Gonzalez at third, Kennedy at second. First pitch to Claire is ball low, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch is high, 2-0. And Jeff, if they did have done any little scouting at all, you got first base open.
Yeah.
I mean, Claire has gotten some big hits if they've been keeping track of it all year. So I'm not saying you pitch around. I'm just saying you may not give her nothing good to look at.
Right, because Upton's been struggling a little bit lately.
That pitch is in tight, 3-0.
I also think a lot of this has to do with Terrazas has thrown a lot of pitches.
Yeah, she worked hard in that inning before, Jeff, and as we mentioned, it was a quick 3 up, 3 out inning.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't get to sit long in between innings and at bats.
Great opportunity right here again for the Panthers to, put a scratch into this again.
3-0 pitch. Claire taking all the way, takes that pitch over for a strike, 3-1. Still need to be looking for something dead red here.
Yep.
And the pitch. Ball is way outside, ball 4. That loads the bases. That's a 6th walk issued for Terrazas. But the Panthers have only scored 1 run. Upton now steps to the plate. Upton popped up to the shortstop and walked. One of those that walked 3 batters in a row. But was stranded at third base as the Panthers left the bases loaded. Now steps to the plate. No place to put Upton as the bases are full. First pitch is way outside. 1 ball and no strikes. And now we're going to have another pinch runner for Claire.
That's number 1.
That's Madison Camacho back in.
Re-entry.
So the base is full. Counts 1 ball and no strikes to Upton. Panthers trail 4-1, but are threatening. Pitch is low. 2-0.
I would almost have to take a pitch. Take till you get a strike.
I would absolutely. Terrazas with the 2-0 pitch. Way inside, 3-0. Now, I do not see anybody warming up, and we're going to have a visit by the assistant coach. And Jeff, this is, if I'm Coach B and she's talking to Upton, I'm telling her we're going to take the next 2 here. Regardless,
Definitely 1.
Well, I'd take the next 2. She's struggling to throw a strike. Make her come with 2 straight strikes. A walk is an RBI. So this is the opportunity the Panthers waiting on. This is the second time now they've loaded the bases. Scored 1 run the first time, but haven't scored yet, but need to here. as we're in the bottom of the 5th. Kaylee Upton up in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. Gonzalez, the runner at third, Kennedy at second, Camacho at first. 3-0 pitch is ball 4. So that's an RBI for Kaylee Upton. Run scored for Gonzalez. And Elena Gonzalez now steps to the plate for the Panthers. And we may have a change here as Coach Hernandez is making a visit. We're going to have a pitch and change, Jeff, and we're going to take a commercial break. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Call State Farm agent Hazel Russell in Castroville at 830-931-3441.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. 4-2 now is your new score. Base is still full of Panthers, as Madison Aquinez will come in from center field into the circle. She will pitch to her sister, Paris, behind the plate. So Madison inherits 3 base runners with 2 outs. Elena Gonzalez is your batter. First pitch is outside, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. It's a line drive over to shortstop. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And the Panthers have just tied the ball game. Elena Gonzalez with a 2-out RBI, 2 RBI single.
Good job of hitting there. She
absolutely
balls out over the outside part of the plate, and she just barreled it up and went with it. Found that left center gap.
So runners now at first and second with same 2 outs.
And that's the same thing Castiglione can do.
Absolutely, but a 4-4 ball game now. That's the hit that the Panthers needed right there. Comes from your number 9 spot. First pitch to Morgan is outside, ball 1, 1-0. Alaquines checks the dugout for the pitch, and the 1-0. Foul back at the foot of the catcher, 1 ball and 1 strike.
The first 2.5 innings, Maury went pretty quick. Last few, not so much.
1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch is way outside, 2-1.
Panthers finally came through with the base hit with runners in scoring position. I think they were 0 for October.
Well, the only RBI with runners in scoring position was a walk. The 2-1 pitch to Morgan, and that almost hit her way inside, and runners will move up 60 feet, so we have runners now at second and third with 2 outs. 3-1 is the count now to Castiglione. The 3-1 pitch is outside. It gets by the catcher, and the run will cross as the Panthers have taken the lead on a wild pitch. That was ball 4 as Castiglione moves to first on a walk. But the wild pitch, and Upton scores on the play. So now Salazar will step to the plate for the Panthers with runners at the corners. Salazar takes that pitch outside. Snap throw down the third, not in time. As Castiglione moves to second base.
Panthers have a chance. I mean, they're already up by 1. They put up a crooked number already, but they got a chance to really, take a
swing and a miss, 1-1. Salazar popped up to the shortstop to end inning number 4 with the bases loaded. Runners here at second and third now.
Salazar just told Coach Mateo, I got this. I know. I got to sit back and wait.
And the 1-1 is outside, 2-1. AD waits on deck. Should Salazar continue the inning for the Panthers? The 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. Two and two, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Panthers have grabbed the lead here 5-4 with a 4 spot here in the 5th. And the 2-2, ground ball but foul down first baseline. So Salazar regroups, now steps into the box, awaits the 2-2 pitch from Alaquines. Pitch is on its way. Foul ball once again down first baseline.
Her and Castiglione both have done the same thing, and she's done it twice now. That pitch is going to hit her, and they're already swinging defensively.
Making it work.
Uh-huh.
Two once again. Outside, full count. Payoff pitch. Walks. Loads the bases for AD, Aubrey Dominguez. Dominguez is 0 for 3 for the contest tonight, but as the bases juiced, what a spot to get the first hit of the night. See if Dominguez can deliver. That ball is hit into right field. Right field a couple of steps over and makes the play. F9 if you're scoring at home for out number 3. But for the Panthers in that inning, 4 runs on 3 hits, 3 more left on base. We head to the 6th. The Medina Valley Panthers now lead 5-4. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
MVBN.
Welcome back to Panthers softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the 6th. Panthers with their first lead of the ball game, 5-4. Going to have a pinch hitter for Terrazas. I think we're not going to have a pinch hit. I think this young lady came in when Terrazas was pulled from the pitching circle and moved to center field when Alaquinez moved into center to pitch. First pitch to Salazar is a strike called, 0-1. The 0-1 is fouled right off the foot of the young lady that was standing on the on-deck circle.
Looks like Alaquinez.
That's Madison Alaquinez, the pitcher now. 0-2 now, down in the count. Another 1-2-3 inning would be perfect here for Salazar and the Panthers. And the 0-2 is off the plate, 1-2. One-two pitch is high, 2-2. The 2-2 pitch fouled down the first base line. Count holds at 2-2. So the Panthers in the bottom of the 5th took the first lead of the ball game. It's 5-4 here on the top of the 6th. 2-2 is the count to the leadoff batter in the inning. That's a strike called. Backwards K, a strikeout looking for out number 1. 7 strikeouts of Southwest batters. That's going to bring up Madison Alaquinez. Madison reached on an error and then will strike out looking to end inning number 3. So she is 0 for 2. Takes that pitch down and low. 1 ball and no strikes.
Now, let's see. She's the 9-hole batter.
Yep.
You're still going to have to face the meat of their lineup again.
One more time.
Rather be able to be facing them with nobody on base.
1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0. Ground ball right up the middle. Dominguez keeps it in the infield, but cannot make the plays. That's an infield single for Alaquinez. And we go back to the top of the order in Angela Morales. Morales is 1 for 3, a single and a run scored. Scored the first run of the ball game tonight. Ball is fouled down the first base line, 0-1.
I think the Southwest hitters, Maury, are having trouble with that left hand. That's what it looks like. I mean, they're behind her pitches. She doesn't throw hard. It just looks like they're having trouble picking up the ball.
So Morales waits for the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to second. Dominguez to second for 1. Throw over, not in time. But 4-6 for out number 2 in the inning. Morales will reach on a fielder's choice. That will bring up the number 2 hitter, Tommy Betancourt. Betancourt is 0 for 2, a sacrifice, a ground out, and a strikeout looking.
This is a big batter right here. You don't want to get to the 3, 4, 5 hitters in this inning.
Pitch is outside and high, 1 ball and no strikes. And Jeff, right now, with the runner at first, 2 outs, your number 2 hitter, do you maybe try to do something with the runner? Maybe steal her, try to get her to second?
Yep.
Yep, there you go. You cannot throw behind the runner. And the Panthers just did. Slides in the second. Safe. And Jeff, they
baited
Morales just baited the Panthers into that right there.
Right.
So now you have the tying run in scoring position here with Betancourt at the plate. That pitch is a strike call. It's 2-1.
Just got to take care of business right here at the plate.
Yeah, don't worry about the runner. The person you're wanting to retire is inside the batter's box here. 2-1 pitch is a ground ball foul.
And they're still late on him.
Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes now with 2 outs. And the pitch.
No.
Just outside. Full count. The payoff pitch to Betancourt. Fouled back. Count stays at 3-2. Betancourt awaits the pitch from Salazar. Ground ball to third. Chichester throw across the diamond in time.
Not a problem.
For the out. That's a black hole over there for Chichester. She eats up everything over there. Great job by Ariel Chichester. 5-3 if you're scoring at home. 4-3 out of the inning. For the Dragons, no runs on 1 hit. 1 left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Panthers with a 1-run lead, 5-4. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Texas, 268,000 square miles and then some. Twice as much elbow room as California. There's just no place like Texas. And you can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
Willing to accept the responsibility that you have to protect this team and this school and this town. And make no mistake about it, gentlemen, we are in the business of protecting this town.
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to the Panther softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Panthers with a 5-4 lead. Panthers will send to the plate Avery Nash. And I'm not sure who will be batting behind her. Claire Bain batted behind her the last time through this order. But it looks like I know Avery Nash will lead off for the Panthers. Avery singled and drove in a run. So she is 1 for 1 with a run, not drove in a run, but she scored a run. Scored the second run of the ball game in that 4-run bottom of the 5th. So she is 1 for 1 with a run scored. Takes that pitch for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Madison Alakina is back in the circle for the Dragons here in the 6th. She came in relief in the 5th.
Really important here to get try to get somebody on base to get a insurance runner too.
As Mackenzie Kennedy waits on deck for the Panthers. Three balls and no strikes. Ball 4. 4 pitches, 4 balls. So a leadoff walk.
Now, I'm pretty sure if she pinch runs for her again, that's going to burn Nash.
Well, she's going to pinch run for her again.
And that's going to burn Nash. So
do you want to burn another one of your pitchers right now? I'm not sure how that works, but you are going to have a pinch runner for Nash. Kennedy steps to the plate. Mackenzie, fielder's choice, reached on the air, scored the first run of the ball game on the RBI walk to Castiglione, and then scored the third run of the ball game for the Panthers.
Who did you say was running?
I don't have that.
Is that Gonzalez again?
Single by Kennedy by the third baseman for a base hit. So the Panthers with runners at first and second with no outs. Kenley Crisp steps to the plate. Kenley is 0 for 3, 2 ground outs and a fly out. So Kenley awaits the first pitch, and it's outside, ball 1, 1-0. Gonzalez is the runner at second. Kennedy at first, no outs. Bottom of the 6th, Panthers with a 5-4 lead. The 1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0. Three and 0. Crisp awaits the 3-0 pitch. Green light, ball to third for 1 out. Throw across, not in time. Fielder's choice issued to Crisp. And a 5 unassisted for the putout at third for out number 1.
I'm sorry, but if you don't have a take sign on right there when the pitcher is struggling to throw strikes, Maury, that I don't know. And, you know.
Claire Bain will step to the plate once again for the Panthers in Madison Camacho's spot. She batted the last time. Claire did and walked and came around and scored the 4th run of the ball game for the Panthers. So Claire with no official at bats but a run scored. Now bats with runners at first and second. Ball is lifted into right field. Right fielder a couple of steps over and makes the catch. F9 if you're scoring at home for out number 2. Kaylee Upton steps to the plate for the Panthers. Upton popped up to the shortstop. And then back-to-back walks. She has scored a run and driven in a run with a walk. Takes that pitch outside, ball 1, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. It's foul back into the screen, 1-1. Kennedy's the runner at second. Crisp at first. 2 outs now here in the 6th. Panthers with a 5-4 lead. That pitch is high and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Two pitch. Foul down the first base line will be out of play. Count will remain at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Panthers clinging to a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th, 5-4. Upton awaits the 2-2 pitch, and it's on its way. High, full count. Panthers should be in motion here with full count with 2 outs. That pitch is high, ball 4. So that loads the bases. That is the 9th walk issued by Southwest pitching. Gonzalez now steps to the plate. Elena struck out, walked, and singled. Drove in 2 runs. Drove in the tying and go-ahead run for the Panthers, respectively. And we have a runner for Upton. Diaz, the runner at first. Bases full of Panthers. Gonzalez at the plate once again. Came through last time with a 2-out, 2 RBI single in the number 9 hole. Takes that pitch off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 ground ball up the middle. That's what a play by Coons, but cannot get it to second. Coming home on the play is Crisp. He slides in safe. Coons made a great play up the middle, keeping the ball in the infield. Tried to shovel it to Morales at second base, and Morales couldn't hang on to it. Wow. Panthers scored 2 more runs here on that single by Gonzalez. Castiglione now steps to the plate. Castiglione is single, a fly out, back-to-back walks, got an RBI for the Panthers. Drove in the first run via the walk with the bases loaded. 7-4 now is your new score. Strike called, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Ball is outside, 2-2. Deuce is wild once again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runners on. Two pitch is outside, full count. Alakina is just trying to get out of this inning. She has thrown quite a few pitches. Panthers once again should be in motion with a full count and 2 outs. Castiglione waits the payoff pitch. Foul tip. So the runners will go back. Count stays at full. Payoff pitch once again is a ground ball off Alaquinez's glove. That's an infield single for Castiglione. As Alaquinez got a glove on it, ricocheted off to the second baseman, but with good speed. Castiglione on first base. Now Salazar steps to the plate. Bases loaded. Salazar with a fly out and a walk. She is 0 for 1. Takes that pitch outside, ball 1, 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 outs. Salazar fouls that one off.
There's that inside pitch again. They do a good job of getting the bat to it, but it would almost hit them.
Evens the count at 1-1. And the 1-1. That gets by the catcher. Runner will come home, and he's going to call her out, and I think he just wants to go home because I think she was in there safe. But nevertheless, a caught stealing ends the inning for the Panthers. But for Medina Valley in that inning, 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 left on base. We head to the 7th. The Panthers with a 7-4 lead. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
I want to take a moment real quick to give a big shout out. I see you down there.
Call State Farm agent Hazel Russell in Castroville at 830-931-3441.
MVBN.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet.
We're getting a glare now.
Panthers with 2 more across here in the 6th. 1 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th. 1 in the 4th, 4 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, 7-4 now as they've erased a 4-0 lead. Lead 7-4 now here as Salazar back in the circle for the Panthers. She will face 3, 4, 5, Kuntz, Alaquines, and Garza. Coons was hit by a pitch, scored the 2nd run of the ball game, strikeout and a single. So she is 1 for 2 with a run scored. First pitch is a strike called, 0-1.
Sorry for the glare, everybody.
The 0-1 is high, 1-1.
And that wasn't off of your head, Maury.
I was going to say, at least we're not at South San, where you could see the reflection. You saw 2 ugly people in the reflection of the thing instead of getting to watch the game.
Yep.
I was told I had a shiny cabeza. 2 balls and 1 strike.
No, I think we're okay.
2-1 to Kuntz. That pitch is down low, Jeff, and got a 3-run lead. You got some insurance runs, but you need to make them earn it to get on base. You cannot give them free pass here via the walk.
No free bases.
The 3-1 pitch. Good pitch by Salazar. Fills it up now. Payoff pitch coming to Kuntz.
You do have the heart of their order right
Absolutely.
now. You do need to go at them, but you still need to make them earn it.
And that's off the lead elbow. That's the 2nd time Kuntz has been hit by a pitch. And that is sponsored by State Farm. When accidents happen, it's hit by pitches. Your State Farm agent will be there. Paris Alaquines now steps to the plate. Alaquines is a double, a home run. 2 runs scored, 2 RBI. Pretty good night at the plate. First pitch is high, ball 1, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0. See, and if you can see the reflection of us in the window, Jeff, that is why they make the saying, you have a face made for radio and not for TV.
That's true.
The 2-0 pitch. Chased one out of the strike zone. Thank you very much. 2-1 now is the count. Lights are taking pretty much full effect now here at Somerset. What a gorgeous evening.
Still not a bit of breeze.
was a little bit outside, but not much. 3-1 now is the count. Wow.
Well, let's not forget your normal first reliever, Avery Nash, has been burned. I guess you could still bring back in your starter.
3-1, and that's ripped down.
It's foul.
First, but foul. That was blocked out by the dugout. So full count. Coons is your runner at first. Hit by a pitch to start off this inning. Panthers with a 3-run lead, but it's not comfortable with the meat of the order up for the Dragon, and they have done the damage tonight. They have lived up to the expectations. The payoff pitch is off the plate. So a hit by pitch and a walk to start the inning. I think Coach Bruntel needs to go and make a visit here. Somebody needs to visit the mound here just to kind of settle Miss Salazar down here a little bit. Jeff, that's only the second walk issued by Panther pitching, along with 2 hit batsmen.
Now you bring the tying run to the plate with nobody out.
Yeah,
so
in Marina Garza, who has a single and an RBI.
And you got to get right. You got to get right up on it now. You got to throw strikes early, and let your defense make some.
Yeah, you get an out. You get an out somewhere in the infield, even if your runners move up.
Good first pitch right there.
Ball is foul back. 0-1.
That's what you got to do. You got to go right at her. If she hits it, she hits it. But you hope that those 8-7 behind you out there can make a play and get that first out of the inning.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Good change of eye level there for Salazar. 0-2 now is the count.
Maury, what is the most important out in
the
last
first one?
Inning? The first one and the before the last one.
The 0-2. Strikeout looking.
Good pitch.
Good response there for Salazar. 1 out. That's 8 strikeouts now for Panther pitching. Ebony Saldana now steps to the plate. Saldana singled, drove in a run, and then back-to-back strikeouts now. So she is 1 for 3 with an RBI. Drove in the 4th run of the ball game in the first inning. That pitch is ball low, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0, and that gets by Upton, and she cannot glove it, and that's going to be a pass ball as that went right off the catcher's glove. Runners move up, Jeff, but those runners do not mean nothing. The tying run is either in the batter's box or still in the dugout. Just need to get him out here.
Okay, so that's going to bring him another situation. If there's a base hit in the outfield, you don't have to try to get the out at home.
No, you hit your cutoff and make sure that runner stays at first base that gets the base hit.
And that's a problem we've had this year.
3 balls and no strikes, though, now to Saldana. First base is open. Strike call, 3-1. Facing the number 6 hitter who struck out the last 2 times up at the plate.
That's one of those get me over strikes.
(3-1). Another strike. Salazar bowling her back now. Counts now full. Oh, just tipped it enough to stay alive.
That was ball 4. She went after the high one inside.
Yep. But don't they say that ball, it rises a little bit, looks pretty big when it's coming in there?
Mm-hmm. I guess that's what they say. I guess. Sounds good.
At least that's what she thought. Payoff pitch, foul back.
I guess you're referring to the rise ball.
The rise ball, yes. Claim that's why it gets swung at so much. It looks like a beach ball coming in there.
And it just keeps on taking off. Hey, speaking of taking off, we had a rocket take off.
To the great white
Texas.
north.
We had a
Yeah, and it blew ash all over everybody 100 miles away.
And when it blew up?
So we have full count pitch coming once again.
I think that's what they were expecting, though. Was for it to go up and blow up.
That ball is lifted. Shallow right field. Dominguez back and makes the play. Great job by Aubrey going back and makes the play right in front of the right fielder.
Yeah, nice play there.
As that's Haley Marshall now playing right field for the Panthers. F4 if you're scoring at home for out number 2. Great job by AD out there, flashing some leather. 2 outs now. Isabella Gutierrez steps to the plate. Isabella reached on a fielder's choice, walked, and then grounded out to the pitcher. So runners still at second and third now with 2 outs, and they do not mean anything in this ball game. The 1-0 pitch is low, 2-0. Strike call, 2-1. Coons the runner at third. Alaquines at second. The 2-1 pitch, and that bounces in there, 3-1.
I think, Maury, that the starting pitcher, I think, is burned also. So you have 2 of your 3 pitchers burned right now. You still got some in the dugout. But let's hope that Lissy can get this last out, and the Panthers don't have to worry about it.
That pitch is fouled off. Now the count is now full. Southwest down to their last strike, their last out. Salazar with the stare in and the pitch. Swing and a miss. That'll end the ball game for the Panthers. So Salazar bows it back and gets out of that inning with a strikeout. No runs, no hits. 2 more left on base. We have a final in this seeding game. Medina Valley will take the number 2 seed and play the 3rd seed from the SAISD district. Panthers take this one 7-4. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Save thousands at the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year, North Park Chevrolet in Castroville. Get a new Silverado posted at $37,999 or lease a Texas edition for $450 a month with 0 down. All new Equinoxes are $4,000 off and new Malibus are $5,000 off. Plus, get 4.99% financing for 72 months. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
MVBN.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Panthers take this game 7-4. Fell behind 3-0, 3-1, and then 4-1, but came back with a rally in the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings and take this seeding contest 7-4. Your player of the game is sponsored by Travel by Design from Tanya Stivers, will be the young lady who came in and pitched and got the win for the Panthers. Miss Salazar did not give up a run, scored a couple of big runs, and Jeff, that's what you needed. Needed to settle down inside the circle.
Oh, yeah.
You knew you had the offense if they could just get some big hits at the time, and you got some big hits. None bigger than the 2 that Elena Gonzalez got out of the number 9 spot for the Panthers.
You got to tip your hat to the 9-hole batter, Elena Gonzalez. She came through when the Panthers were needing something like that. But more importantly, Maury, you're down 4-0, and you're looking for a spark. Salazar has not pitched in a varsity contest in quite some time. She comes in, Maury, and goes 4 scoreless. You can't ask for anything more than what she did to give your team an opportunity to come back and put some runs on the board to get their bats up underneath them. And they did, and, congratulations goes out to the Panthers and Lissy Salazar.
Well, and one parting word is the Panthers scored 7 runs, Jeff, but they left 14 runners on base.
Right.
It didn't have to come down to what it did at the very end. It probably should not have been that close. But just like in the previous game against Eagle Pass win,
Yeah.
just could not get that real big hit till right at the end.
Yep.
Panthers did manage, though, to come through with this win, got a victory, stay in touch. There's some games tonight that mean something in the other district that the Panthers are going to play. But
I think right now Panthers finished second, so I think they get Edison.
They get Edison, and then the number 3 team gets, then Southwest gets Alamo Heights.
Alamo Heights is, yeah.
It's the way it looks right now. But for Jeff Stivers, I'm Marty Stein saying good night and God bless, and I want to thank everybody in Somerset for their hospitality.